I think it's important to put people before problems, before perceived problems. And I think it must be hard for people. I can imagine, I've been to the emergency room, for example, at Uxbridge Hospital, and been in there and sat there, with 100 other people. I literally counted them. There were about 100. And, you can look around and you can see brown faces and black faces and very few English faces. And it would be really easy to judge those people with brown faces and black faces and say, what are they doing here? They're using our NHS funding or whatever. But I think the problem isn't that the people are there. First of all, we have to overlook race, I think, completely. However, the problem isn't because they're black or brown or Asian or whatever. It's because we're not funding the NHS properly. If we were funding the NHS properly, if we were funding schools properly, if we were funding social services properly, housing properly, then we would, and instead of engaging in wars, for example, where we spend billions and billions of pounds, then the social network and the social services, the social system, our socialist government would be so much more robust. The waiting time at the emergency room would be minimal, and we wouldn't care if we had to wait 10 minutes because, there are other people of other races or nationalities there. So the problem, I think, comes down to funding, not the people themselves.
If you're seeing pictures of people coming in from Calais quite a lot, as we were a couple of years ago, or you're seeing these images very, very often, you could very easily think that the number of people coming in is greater than the number of people here, or that it's problematic somehow. But actually, once you look at the statistics, once you look at the facts, that's not the case. We've got fewer asylum seekers than we did 15 years ago, far fewer, almost half. 85% of all refugees are sheltered in developing countries, so in the global south, who can kind of least afford to look after them. So if you look at Great Britain, if you look at what we have in our, what our resources are, what we can offer people, and if you look at how many refugees there are and asylum seekers there are worldwide, we're taking in, an embarrassingly small number of people, really, and actually we should be stepping up to take more in. But of course, that's not how people receive those stories or hear those facts, and it will be, I've had a bad experience with my NHS, or had to wait a long time to see a doctor. The media is telling me, or certain people are telling me, that it's because of immigration, therefore let's keep all of these people out. Whereas the reality, like you say, that's a tiny piece of a much, much bigger picture. And I don't think people necessarily appreciate quite what the role is that we're playing here, and quite what we could do for people.